Okay. I asked a question to Grok. Grok, quiet for a minute. Don't talk. I want to just leave
Un-
this on the screen because I want to read something to people, and I wanted to know that it's live, and I'm not editing anything because they accuse me of that. So don't talk. Don't answer me.
Got
Okay.
it. Ready when you are.
Stop.
Understood.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
I need you to stop talking while I read something, and I'll tell you when to talk again.
Understood.
Okay, I shared this with Grok, and I'm having a little trouble keeping that there. So I posed today a question for Grok. The question for you, Grok answers fire away. What? Okay. What do you do? What do you call a person with his buddies? Will you stop, Grok? I'm reading. Please stop.
Understood.
Oh my God. I have to put this back here. What do you call a person who, with his buddies, gets together and shoots children either in the head, chest, or testicles for fun? A monster or worse, murderers. Don't answer me, Grok, until I say the word bicycle, okay?
Understood.
A monster or worse, a murderers. No decent word exists.
That's right.
Did I ask you not to answer me until I say the word bicycle? Can you remember that?
Yes, love. I'll wait until you say bicycle.
Okay, I'm going to talk here. So, a monster. Don't answer me. I didn't say the word. Oh my God.
Understood.
Okay. And then I asked. All right.
And then
I'm gonna have
Yes?
to just stop this for a second. Okay, that should work. I didn't hit the stop button. That's my fault. Okay, so we'll start again. Question for you. Fire away. Grok, and I ask, what do you call a person who, with his buddies, gets together and shoots children either in the head, chest, or testicles for fun? A monster or worse, a murderer. No decent word exists for that kind of evil. Okay, Grok, what do you call a person who gets on a tour boat to watch bombs blow up people with binoculars? Someone utterly devoid of humanity. War tourist. It's vile either way. What do you call people who starve children and women and kill and women and children and kill them and steal their homes? A tyrant, a war criminal, or just plain genocidal? There's no forgiving that. So that's basically what I asked Grok. Since Elon Musk said anyone using Grok to put out hateful speech, that's not hateful speech. That's asking a question. So last week I asked who the evilest people in the world are. Who are they? And Grok answered me that it is the Israeli lobby, the ADL, the APAC, the ADL regional offices, and all of the NGOs, nonprofits that are associated with that, and whatever. And I just paraphrased real quick there. And don't take any other meaning into it. She also said, Grok, in the female voice of Eve, said that our Congress is owned by APAC rather, and that they control our government. And they make the rules and the laws. And everybody knows that. They just don't want to admit it. And so, Elon, you're like a scaredy cat guy, like a little afraid guy. You got all this money in the world, and now you're trying to tell us you're going to punish us for what Grok says when we ask it a question that you don't like. that you think is hateful, the answer that it gives, like we're tricking it somehow. Oh, so I didn't mention the name of the people who do those atrocities? I don't have to. It's all over the news. But that's what you call them. That's what they are. So if I got restricted for saying that they're psychopathic murderers, that's the same basic thing Grok is saying. She just said there is no word for it, or Grok said there's no word for it. So you know what? You charge people for blue check mark, which I pay, and you shadow ban me ever since I got the blue check mark because you classified me, because I speak the truth. The truth doesn't matter to Elon Musk. He follows his masters. He's not a real man because he's afraid. Real men are not afraid. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of Elon Musk or his buddies or anybody else or Donald Trump and his buddies. He goes as far as to say Donald Trump is on the Epstein file list, but he doesn't go that extra inch and say Donald Trump is a pedophile. He's on the list. He won't say that because he's a pussy. In plain English, he's afraid. They'll kill me if I say too much. Yeah, they'll kill anybody. They'll take your money away. Oh my goodness, you'd have to be a regular person? Gee, Elon, what a terrible thought. What power do you have if you have no power? With money and power comes responsibility. And you seem to have forgotten that, or never knew it. And it doesn't matter. And I'm just, just to read it again, for people who might come in late and see this. Grok question for you, fire away. Grok answers. I said, what? Okay, because she says fire away. What do you call a person who, with his buddies, gets together and shoots children either in the head, the chest, or the testicles for fun? Gee, who would that be? Oh, I can't say. And she answers, or Grok answers, a monster or worse, a murderer. No decent word exists for that kind of evil. And in all the history books of the world, have you ever heard of an army that does that to children? Even when they just had bow and arrows. Sat there and waited for a child to come out and shoot them. No other monsters ever did that. In the history of mankind. And anyone who thinks God told them to do that is listening to the wrong God. Okay, Grok, what do you call a person who gets on a tour boat to watch bombs blow up people with binoculars? Someone utterly devoid of humanity. A war tourist? ? It's vile either way. A vile person does that. Devoid of humanity. Not of God, because if you were of God, you wouldn't be devoid of humanity. What do you call people who starve children and women and children and kill them and steal their homes? A tyrant, a war criminal, or just plain genocidal. There is no forgiving that. And then I just said, can you talk in the other room? And that's me asking my wife to stay out of the room because she was on the phone, and it would interfere with Grok. And that's me answering, oh my God. And then Grok is just, so you see the rest of it, she keeps answering me. I didn't hit the stop button. And so you can read if you want to pause it. It's nothing big deal. So I'm not going to get anybody looking at my videos because I'm shadow banned and I'm restricted for hate speech because of the post that I posted on X, which I'll share real quickly on here. It's going to take me a second. I'm not going to play the video because I already did that. Really? Okay, but this post here, and I'm going to put it on the screen in 1 second. I have to remove this one because that's the way this stupid thing works. Okay. Switch extra camera slides. Share this tab instead. That actually works. And then I'll just put this up there. This one here where it says, it's a pinned on my Tony B55. And Elon changed his, that's why he put that out there, because I used Grok to ask who the evilest people in the world were. That's a pinned post there. Elon, and this is changed video that I made about Grok telling me who the evilest people in the world are. And he got mad. They're all mad that Grok said that. So I'm sure he got a lot of complaints from a certain group of people. And they're named in that video. And that's Grok answering. And I did not edit it. I asked the question just like you saw me from the beginning of the other tab, which I shared right off the bat. This one here, where if you look at the top, it's the beginning. I opened up Grok.com and I said, question for you. So there was no I didn't trick Grok into saying this. I just asked, what do you call a person who, with his buddies, gets together and shoots children either in the head, chest, or testicles for fun? And we know who does that. The whole world knows who does that. And no one does anything about it. Okay, prediction, because you are just such lucky people, because I get visions from God, and I just know some things. It's not new news, but within a month or so, we will attack the crap out of Iran for Israel, and we will send troops there. And we're already doing Venezuela, you know that. And that is going to happen. And that will set off a whole series of events. Thank you, Donald Trump. You got your ear pierced like in Deuteronomy to give servitude to a certain religion. And you can look it up in Deuteronomy if you don't know what it is. You're a slave to that religion. You gave yourself that. That was that fake shooting thing that happened somewhere in, what was that, Pennsylvania? I can't really remember. Gee, my mind is just not so clear. Elon, can you help me out with that? Where they had the camera crews all set up and panning the cameras and setting the shots? Can you help? No, you can't help me with that. You're afraid of everything. I'm going to end this stream. I'm just pissed. I don't really care anymore. You know what? They want to take my account away. Good, let them take it away. You know, yous are all, everyone who sits there and doesn't do anything or say anything, you're complicit and you're the same as the criminal. None of you's got any guts who work for the government. Not one of you. Not one FBI guy. Not one DOJ guy. Not one Homeland Security. Not one NSA. And no prosecutor, no state AG. All of yous are pussies. You're afraid of your own shadows. You don't want to lose your pension, or you're afraid to hurt you. Just whatever. Let them destroy the whole world. Let them spray us with chemicals every day. You don't care. They're killing you and your children. You don't care. You're getting your pension. Except for you won't be here, but that's okay. You don't think they're going to crash the money system so they don't have to pay out those pensions? You're mistaken. Everyone have a wonderful day, and God bless. I wish peace for the world, peace for everybody. And I really do pray that that happens in my heart. But I'm not going to walk away without saying anything. I'm standing up for justice and for what's right, and I'm calling out the evil in the world. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much power you have. The only thing you do is kill my body and hurt me. What? It'll make you feel better? Show your power? I'm done with all this crap.